Hi, this is Scott. Thanks for joining us for our October PD. This month we're looking at the Teaching Channel. Please make sure you sign in on your school sign-in sheet to make sure that we have a record of your attendance at this webinar. Today, since we're looking at the Teaching Channel, you're going to need an internet-connected computer or tablet for use during this webinar. So make sure you've got a tablet, an iPad, a laptop, a computer, something connected to the internet for use during our webinar. And as we get started, since this is our first webinar, let's talk a little bit about how we're going to do this and what you're going to do as you watch the webinar. So at Educate Texas, we know that learning occurs most powerfully when learners talk and write and collaborate. In fact, that's the whole foundation of the Common Instructional Framework, which is what we do at Educate Texas. So these webinars practice what we preach. They've been created so that you can watch together in small groups during your conference period, maybe your CLCs, and have opportunities during each webinar to write, to collaborate, or to turn and talk to a partner. If you happen to be watching the webinar alone, I'm going to ask you to do this. When there's partner talk time, would you pause and reflect on what you would say if a partner were present? So let's get started with a turn and talk. Here's the prompt. I want you to turn to a partner and talk about your experience with the Teaching Channel. Now, maybe you haven't had any experience with the Teaching Channel at all. If that's the case, then what I want you to do is to imagine what the Teaching Channel must be. Each partner is going to get 30 seconds to talk, and I'll count the time. Just let the webinar continue to play, and I'll tell you when to switch. Now, here's who's going to go first. The person with longer hair. So figure out who that is. The person with longer hair is going to answer the question, what about your experience with the Teaching Channel? And that person may begin. Go. Okay, thank you. Now it's time to switch. Next person. Okay, thank you. Now that we've had a chance to warm up our minds a little bit about the Teaching Channel, let's look at what we hope to accomplish in today's webinar. The first thing is that we want you to become familiar with the Teaching Channel. We want you to understand how the Teaching Channel can help us in the work that we do. And we want you to be able to use the Teaching Channel to watch, annotate, and contribute videos. In fact, let's see what the Teaching Channel itself has to say about why they exist. Taken from the website. The Teaching Channel's mission is to create an environment where teachers can watch, share, and learn new techniques to help every student grow. And this, we believe teachers should have opportunities to learn from each other whenever they want. And it's true that the Teaching Channel is available to you anytime that's convenient for you. So before school, or maybe during your conference, even lunch period, even after the kids are in bed, if that's the time that's convenient for you. The Teaching Channel is a professional development tool. The first thing and the big thing about the Teaching Channel is the curated video library. There are well over 840 videos. In fact, I think it's over 1,000 videos now. These videos are aligned to curriculum standards and they're quality audited. That means that many of them are actually professionally produced. Also, the Teaching Channel is full of online learning tools. So when you watch a video, you can actually annotate the video online. It has a lesson planner, and there's a question and answer forum where you can ask questions of other Teaching Channel members, or maybe you can be the one to answer the questions that somebody else asks. And finally, the Teaching Channel provides a deeper engagement platform. If you join the Teaching Channel teams, you can be part of a teacher group. You'd be able to upload your own video and review your own teaching and even share your own resources. In fact, teachers are adding to the Teaching Channel's library all the time. So if you're on the Teaching Channel, you don't find what you're looking for, stop back again in a couple of weeks. It might just be there. By the way, along with a curated video library, many of these videos have attached documents and other print resources. So when you're watching the video, you see some kids working on a worksheet or doing some sort of a question and answer form. That form may actually be appended to the video. You can download it and use it yourself. Well, where do these videos come from? As you see here, over 1,100 videos, and they're really from three sources. The first is that curated and audited video library I was talking about that are professionally produced by the Teaching Channel. The second source is schools and school districts. If your school district pays a license for the team platform, the district can add their own videos. Now, PSJA has not bought a license for the Teaching Channel, but Educate Texas has. You see there on the screen that Educate Texas has included Educate Texas platform for all of our I3 network schools. Now, you're a teacher in a PSJA I3 school, which means you're eligible to join the Educate Texas platform if you choose. The third source of videos is videos that teachers upload themselves. So right here is my teaching channel, and you can see that I've uploaded some videos of teachers that I've observed. You get to upload your own videos, but I want you to be very clear about this. You are in absolute control of who sees your videos. When you upload it, nobody can see it, and only the people that you specifically share your videos with get to see the videos. You might say, why do we use the Teaching Channel? Well, it's a collaborative tool that teachers can use to foster creative ideas, and you get to watch other teachers teach. We don't get a lot of chance to do that because we're always in our classroom teaching our kids. It's kind of like teachers pay teachers, only better, because it's free and you can actually watch the teachers modeling their teaching practices. The Teaching Channel promotes teacher learning and provides intensive, ongoing training. It allows for peer collaboration and support. It supports job-embedded professional development in an active format, and it offers relevant, needs-specific content. Here are some questions that are often asked about the Teaching Channel. First of all, what is it? The Teaching Channel is a nonprofit video showcase inspiring effective teaching practices in American schools. They don't make any money from this, they just provide a resource for the teachers. Next, how is the Teaching Channel funded? Because that might be interesting to know. The fact is that the Teaching Channel is funded by education foundations primarily, a little bit from the school districts that buy special school district team teacher licenses. So how does the Teaching Channel choose what to make videos of? The fact is there's actually an education advisor team, but even teacher members like you sometimes make recommendations about what we'd like to see videos about. And finally, what does it cost? The answer is nothing. The Teaching Channel is free, and if you're a teacher, you can join at no cost. So in a moment, we're going to pause and register for a Teaching Channel account. But before we do that, let me walk you through the process. The first thing you're going to do is to enter www.teachingchannel.org in your browser. As soon as the page opens up, you'll see over here a chance to sign in or sign up. Now, if you already have a Teaching Channel account, just click sign in. But if you don't already have a Teaching Channel account, click sign up. When you click sign up, here's the page that comes up. You're going to put your first and your last names. Now, it's okay to use your nickname if you like. After you put your first and last name, it's going to ask for your email address. In this field, please use your PSJA ISD email account. That is so that the teaching channel knows you're a teacher. And also, it's the account we'll use later if you want to join the Educate Texas Teaching Channel teams. You can use any password that you like. Just make sure that you remember it later. The registration page asks you to enter your password twice. It's just a confirmation. Where it asks for your school, just put the zip code of your school's address. All of the schools in that zip code will pop up in a menu, and all you have to do is scroll down until you find your school and then click to select it. Where it says your current role, just select teacher. But there's also an option for instructional coach, and that's for our campus instructional coaches. It asks what subjects you teach. So select the subject that you teach. If you teach more than one subject, you can select more than one subject. Moving down, it then asks what grades do you teach. So pick your grade level and select it. If you teach more than one grade level, then you can select more than one grade level. And then this menu presents 15 different topics of interest to teachers. You have to select at least one, but you can select as many as you like. And we're done. Just click sign up. So now it's time to pause this webinar and register for your Teaching Channel account. If you don't see the pause icon, move your cursor to the bottom of the screen and the control panel will pop up. So pause the webinar, leave this teachingchannel.org on the screen, and register now. So you've registered for your Teaching Channel account. It's time to come back to the webinar. Now that you've finished and you're a Teaching Channel member, why not explore? So when you have a chance, take a look at the video library by clicking on videos on the home page. You can also look at that question and answer forum that I talked about earlier, and the Teaching Channel has a blog with some interesting articles you might want to read and follow. Now we're going to explore all of these options in our face-to-face professional development session, where I'll see you at your school in the next couple of weeks. In fact, you'll find the schedule of the face-to-face PD sessions in this month's newsletter. Now listen, you have to have an active Teaching Channel account before we get to our face-to-face meeting. So if you didn't register just now, make sure you register before we come to our PD session. And you'll have to have an internet-enabled device at the professional development session. We're actually going to get online, and we're going to poke around in the Teaching Channel. So you'll need something that you can get online and poke around in the Teaching Channel. We'll explore it together during our session. Don't forget, you've got to have an active Teaching Channel account before our face-to-face PD session, and you need to bring your internet-enabled device to our face-to-face meeting. Well, thank you very much for watching. Would you please help us to improve the quality of our webinars by completing this survey? Take a moment now and enter this URL into your internet-enabled device and find the survey online. I'll see you soon in the next couple of weeks. Bye-bye.